Hey guys, Speed here, and today I'll be bringing you guys the top 3 support heroes to carry in pub games. I'm very passionate about supporting, especially when it comes to solo queue supporting. I'm definitely a player who has risen through the ranks by being able to play a multitude of different positions. I feel that I can play mid sufficiently enough at my current rank at around 160, but I also feel like my ability to support very consistently and carry my team as a support has allowed me to rise through the ranks. So I want to share a little bit of my knowledge and my ideas on the best support heroes that you guys should pick in order to rise the ranks, or just have a good time carrying your team from the support role. So coming in at number 3, I'm going to recommend Phoenix. This is a hero that I started playing fairly recently, so I can't say I've played it through my whole journey of solo queue, but it's a hero that can be played in the position 5 or 4 role. I think it's a little bit iffy in some games, and the reason I'm putting it at the position 3 role is in some lanes it can feel a little bit underwhelming. The hero can't trade particularly well against certain nuke lanes and certain laners that do a ton of damage through right clicks because it does have no armor. However, in a lot of dual lanes, especially paired with another strong laner, it can hit its level 3 early and just do a ton amount of damage and take over certain lanes and dominate specific heroes such as Ursa. It's quite good against in lane, pretty good against Bloodseeker, and it counters heroes like Phantom Lancer. So a lot of the meta heroes that I think can just destroy pub games, such as Terrorblade and PL, it's quite good against because it can slow the attack speed of all their illusions, do a ton of magical damage, do pretty well against them in lane, and just provide a lot of team fight. And something that I think is fairly important for carrying these solo queue games, and a common feature you'll notice between the 3 supports that I mentioned, is that they all have pretty good team fight. And I think this is important because solo carrying the game, often it can just be you picking people off. And Phoenix is definitely not a hero like that, but Phoenix is a hero where he can provide a ton of damage in solo pickoffs and solo kill heroes if you get the right lead, maybe get a spear vessel, something of the sort, or you can just play a team fight really well, hit 4 or 5 heroes with Fire Spirit, get an egg off, and just purely win a fight for your team. And I think that can be really crucial in just solo carrying a game, especially if your cores are struggling. So coming in at number 2, I'm going to put Treant Protector. This is a hero that I think is fairly similar to Phoenix, where it can struggle in specific lanes. Treant probably does well in more lanes than Phoenix, as far as I'm concerned. And it did get nerfed recently with a nerf to Leech Seed, but overall, it just does an insane amount of damage, obviously with around 90 damage at level 1. It can really dominate lanes with Leech Seed. It can provide global protection through living armor, which is really nice because when people get caught up out of position, that little bit of living armor can prevent heroes on the enemy team such as Storm, Weaver, any of these like pick-off heroes from snowballing because you can globally protect your teammates that are out of position. Also, not only is it good in lane and good at protecting your teammates globally, but it's very good at scouting things out, and I think this is important because warding is often not enough, especially at some ranks. I know a lot of supports complain about their cores not using their vision, and this might be true, and Treant is a hero that can provide vision such as a bounty hunter, but also it can actually just save the core straight up. It has abilities unlike Bounty Hunter per se, where it can give vision but then also root the enemy, Leech Seed to give HP, living armor, just a lot of different options. And also, it's a hero that can surprisingly pretty consistently solo kill enemy heroes. If you play greedy enough and you get some items, maybe you get a Meteor Hammer, and you get a lot of levels into Leech Seed and your root, you can easily solo kill supports, especially if you're coming out of a good laning stage. And even you can solo kill a lot of cores, especially when you get that Meteor Hammer timing. If you can get a Leech Seed into a root, into Meteor Hammer, into another Leech Seed, it's an absurd amount of damage. This combo definitely can work super well with some practice. And once again, Treant is a hero with great team fight. So similar to Phoenix, if your team is struggling, one good overgrowth, maybe you root up their hard carries snowballing, you root them again with your passive, you really just have a lot of teamfight contribution, as well as the ability to make solo plays, so that is why I would definitely put Treant up there as one of the top solo queue supports. And finally, this is a hero that I think is one of the hardest supports to learn, however, it is extremely dominant, and that would be Dark Willow, coming in at the number 1 position, and Dark Willow is notorious for just solo killing heroes, really, it's just what it's known to do. It has so much disable, but also Bedlam just does an absurd amount of damage, and really, it's pretty straightforward. If you get good at this hero, and you learn its combos, its stun its Yule combos, its ultimate into root combos, simply using Shadow Realm at the right time, and pair that into the fact that it has a pretty solid laning stage. Even though it has been getting nerfed throughout the past patches, it's still quite dominant in lane because of its high base attack time, ability to disengage, engage, and have strong nukes. It can snowball very easily. All I would say is that even for all these heroes, but definitely specifically to Dark Willow, if you want to solo carry on these heroes, you need to play very XP hungry. And what I mean by that is, in the lane, don't be afraid to sap some XP. If you're confident that you are mechanically skilled on Willow and you know you can carry your team, when you hit level 6 or even level 12, then feel free to take the tome, take lane XP, as long as you know you can transition that into space for your cores and maybe even items for yourself, so that you can carry the game. And finally, Dark Willow, once again, similar to Phoenix and Treant, just has an ability that can straight up win teamfights. Terrorize. If you hit it on a few heroes, get off a good root or even a good stun, and then solo kill someone, you just, every single fight on Willow, you have the potential to win it by solo killing someone right off the bat, and then following it up with a big teamfight ult. And of course, on the other hand, your hero is easily burstable in specific games where they have non-targetable spells, or something like a Nyx Assassin or a Pugna Netherward. However, in games where this isn't the case, or if you itemize correctly against these specific spells, or position correctly, you can still just solo carry the games, and that is why I would easily put Dark Willow as the #1 support to carry games with in solo queue. So if you guys found this helpful, if you did, please do like and subscribe. I definitely wanted to mention that on GameLeap, I'm doing free replay analysis for all members. You just have to follow a few simple instructions and I will review your replay completely for free. I'll answer any questions afterwards in the comments section on the GameLeap website. And so the reason I'm mentioning the member replay analysis is that one of you guys, one of you who is not subscribed to GameLeap and just watching this video on YouTube, can have the opportunity to have your replay analyzed completely for free. All you have to do is comment in the section below that you are interested, and we will do a random selection and choose one of you guys to win the replay analysis. Alright, thanks for watching.